BioVivacious. As you know, BioVivacious is a YouTube channel dedicated to clearing fundamental concepts in biochemical studies. In earlier videos, we have tried to understand the mobilization of fatty acids so that they are transported to the right location for oxidation and production of energy. So now in this video, we are going to look at how exactly this process is carried out. So before the real oxidation begins, fatty acid must be activated. So that is going to be the first discussion we are going to have today. Why activation? Activation is, in a way, it is increasing the energy content and it is priming the fatty acid to be oxidized. That's why activation is happening to fatty acids. Activation is carried out by an enzyme known as fatty acyl CoA synthetase. So therefore, we should understand that we are going to make a fatty acyl CoA, that is the activated form of fatty acid. How do we make this fatty acyl CoA? From the earlier step, we have transported fatty acid, so therefore we have the fatty acid here. It is in the cytoplasm, close to the mitochondria. Now, this fatty acid is acted upon by this enzyme, and the first step is to add an ATP. Now, this ATP cleaves and it forms PPI. Once you remove a PPI, you have an AMP molecule. So this AMP is attached to this fatty acid. So you will get R, C, double bond O. Now it is an AMP attached. This product is called acyl adenylate. Okay, acyl adenylate is formed. Still, this is not the active form of fatty acid. You are only getting an acyl adenylate. Now the next reaction happens. So the next reaction is to this, a coenzyme A is added. You know that coenzyme A is a vitamin derivative. Okay, so this coenzyme A, that gets added to acyl adenylate and AMP is removed. So what is left behind? That is, the CoA gets attached to the fatty acid. You will have RCOSH. This molecule is known as fatty acyl CoA. So this is a fatty acyl and this is the CoA. This is the activated form of fatty acid. So therefore, there are two steps happening. An important point to be noticed is you are breaking one bond and you are making another bond here. So in terms of energy, it's almost equal. The energy that you created by breaking the bond and the energy that you have invested by making the bond. So therefore, this process is known as activation. So let us write a stoichiometry. We'll write the stoichiometry here. So let us write the stoichiometry for this reaction. So you started with a fatty acid. Okay, you added one ATP and you added a coenzyme A, and what you are getting is fatty acyl CoA. Okay, fatty acyl CoA. Then you are getting AMP plus PPI. This is the overall stoichiometry for this reaction. Now, what is important for us to remember is what can drive this reaction forward. What will drive this reaction forward is hydrolysis of this pyrophosphate. So this will be hydrolyzed with a molecule of water. It will be hydrolyzed to 2PI. So this hydrolysis will release energy. So ultimately, this will drive the reaction forward. Keep one factor keep in mind, that is this AMP molecule. We have to incorporate, we have to convert this AMP molecule into at least an ADP so that ATP can be synthesized. How to convert this AMP to an ATP? So therefore, add an ATP here. And there is an enzyme known as adenylate kinase. Adenylate kinase. So this will make two ADP molecules. Now this ADP is in a position to enter into oxidative phosphorylation and make ATP molecules. So this process is called incorporation. When we deal with the stoichiometry and energy yield, writing the stoichiometry, that time this point is significant. Remember this, for incorporation we are going to spend one more ATP molecule in this. So this is how activation occurs. So at the end of activation we have produced a fatty acid which is rich in energy.